we have our starter code, and in this, we need to make sure it's in the same directory as our input. We don't have an input file yet, so we'll come in here and create a new input file like text. We can put in some numbers. Let's just say 1, 2, and 3. And so make it a little larger. Note these over here are actually the line numbers. We will call it input.txt, save that. And so now when we have this right here is not nextInt. Note it has nextInt. So what this is saying is go ahead and open the file, which happens up on line 8, and then set the scanner to point to this first number. Has nextInt just says, is there another integer in the file? In this case, it'll say true. And so if I just run this as is, let me compile and run it, see if I have any typos. Unknown input. I have it saved under the wrong name. So let's do it this way. Java, save as. Unknown input file, there we go. And then I can delete this other one. And so now when I run it, notice it's just sitting here and it's actually an infinite loop. If I had something in here to print out, I would see that it's an infinite loop. And so let me end this, show you that it's an infinite loop because it's just sitting there asking over and over, does it have a nextInt? So there you can see it's printing out here over and over. If I then change this and actually read in the nextInt, I could print out that value and run it. And so now notice it just says 1, 2, 3. Why? Because has nextInt says, is there nextInt? It says yes. So it reads it in and then points to the next number. Has nextInt? Yes, read it in, point to the next line. Has nextInt? Yes, read it in, point to the next line. Has nextInt? No. And so because that becomes false, it ends the loop. So if I came back over here and I added in more numbers, when I run it, now I get those. So this is how you can check to see if it has an nextInt, read it in, and then handle it however you need.